Hey, Scorpio, welcome to July. So, Scorpio, there's no planets in your sign this month, but you do have a lovely trine, a positive aspect going on with the sun in the watery sign of Cancer. You're a water sign, so you make this nice, harmonious, flowing, positive energy with the sun in Cancer. So, enjoy that. Also, Jupiter, which just moved into Cancer, it's going to be spending the next year there. So you're going to have a positive trine with Jupiter, the planet of luck, blessings, and expansion. And I think this is really great for you and really long overdue for you because you've been dealing with an opposition with Uranus since 2018. So Uranus is the oh wow planet. Anything can happen. And it's been in the sign of Taurus since 2018. Taurus is opposite you. And so I think you've had enough of that, things unexpected, things out of the blue, and new ideas, and just like kind of like a little bit of shocking energy. And so that ends this month as Uranus moves into the sign of Gemini. And so I think you're going to enjoy that a lot more. Now, you also are going to have a trine with Venus when it moves into the water sign of Cancer, which is going to happen on the 29th of July through August. I think August will be a lovely time for you also. Now let's think about where your ruling planets are. Your original ruling planet is Mars, the planet of action, which is hanging out in the analytical sign of Virgo. And Virgo makes a sextile to you, Scorpio, which is a positive aspect. So you should be able to get a lot done. You can really kind of break things down, really look at things in detail. And so this will be a positive thing for you this month. Your second ruling planet is Pluto, and it's hanging out in the sign of Aquarius, a fixed air sign. You're a fixed water sign, so you make a square with Pluto, and you're just going to have to get used to this because this is going to be going on for 19 years. So when change shows up, you're going to have to cooperate. Okay, so just pay attention for that. Now, you also have a square with Mercury, the planet of communication, in the fiery sign of Leo, where it will be retrograding this month. So it'll be spending a while in Leo. So you're going to want to watch your words. You're going to want to watch how you communicate. If you have any road trip plans, please check them 3 times. And so a square with Mercury in the fire sign of Leo. Now, the moon will be in your sign starting off on July 4th at 5:33 a.m. The moon moves into Scorpio. It's going to be a great weekend until Sunday the 6th at 6:06 p.m. Power time for you, Scorpio. Moves into your sign again at the end of the month on Thursday the 31st at 1:25 p.m. and it's going to stay there until Sunday at 2 a.m. So you kind of start the month and end the month with powerful energy where you probably will feel like yourself. I find when the moon is in my sign, either my sun, moon, or rising, I feel pretty good. Okay, Scorpio, so let's go into the cards and see what you need to know this month, all right? We're going to do a couple theme cards for you here, and then we'll go into a little more detail. So let's just see what comes up first, talking about what Scorpio needs to know this month. Now, I'm working with a couple decks. I've got the Relative Tarot, which I love. I'm using the Kickstarter version along with the Relative Oracle, which was later packaged as the Beloved Dead Oracle that we do have in stock in Kent also. Let's see what we need to know. So we're starting off here with the Two of Swords. So this is often a card where you can't make a decision. You're not sure which way to go. Her eyes are covered, the swords are crossed, 2 of air, 2 of swords, relationship number, swords being the mind. And so she's got no choice but to go inside to really feel about what's going on inside. So 2, a relationship number, starting us off here. We have the 10 of earth. This is horsetail. Don't know a lot about horsetail, but it looks like it's a wild plant and it sure looks like there's a lot of it. Very resourceful. And so we see this would be the 10 of Pentacles traditionally. So we see a surplus here. Let's see. All right, opened right up to it. Okay. It says, ancient magic, modern medicine finds strength deep within. The wisdom of the elders takes roots in the bones of youth. Interesting that it's like go deep within. And that's what the Two of Swords was saying also. Now, your third card here is the disconnect oracle card. And so we see all these people's arms looped, but it's saying disconnect. So there may be some things that have come to, it's 10 of Pentacles kind of reached the highest point. It's Two of Swords kind of crossed, trying to make a decision about relationships. And there's telling you to disconnect. See what your next card is. It is the High Priestess, another 2. And the High Priestess, she has the wisdom to know that she needs alone time, that she has to take time to process, to connect higher, to connect to her higher self, to connect to her guides. I like that her ladies in waiting almost are behind her. They look like they're nuns or something in the priesthood. And you've got the owl sitting there on the pomegranate. So such feminine energy, such wise energy, and they're giving her the space that she's connecting. So I really get that, yeah, there may be some things, maybe you've been in some relationships for a really long time. Maybe they feel like family to you. This is asking you to take some time out, to step back, to step and to connect. She's connecting with the moon, her ruler. She's connecting with her emotions, okay? So these are interesting cards to start us off with. I'm going to push them up to the top here, and I'm going to pull some more cards for you. And let's see, we're going to go into, make sure you can see these cards okay. I got a little glare on them. Let's go into, I think maybe you can see that a little bit better. Let's go into some theme piles here. So we're going to do one for work, one for home, one for love, and one for anything extra that you need to know here, Scorpio. So let's see, let's put a few down. And now I had some comments about how the people felt like maybe they were getting their answers in different piles. That's okay. This is a general reading. So please, take the message where you get the message. And if you want a more detailed report specifically for you, feel free to book a reading. I do them over Zoom or in person in Kent, Connecticut. All right, let me put a couple more down here. The deck just almost jumped right out of my hands. Okay. Let's see what we've got there, and one more over here. And I'm just going to put one more in that last pile of what's important. Okay, let's see what you need to know. So the first pile is work. And we've got the 9 of Water, the peach card. And I think this is one of the theme cards in the July month ahead for the whole month. And a lot of times people call the 9 of Cups, which what it is traditionally, they call it the Make-A-Wish card. And so I just think it's so beautiful and calming, and that's just feels like summer here to me. So there's a lot of beauty, and it's like, make sure you're taking your downtime. Make sure that you're getting to enjoy the beautiful weather while it's here. Notice there's a robe hanging there, like somebody's taking a swim, savoring. You also got the Devil card here. And the Devil card rules any, first of all, the first thing I like to ask is who's in power here? Who's in control when the Devil card comes up? We always see the Lovers positioned in front of the Devil, or this is from the Tarot of the New Vision, so it's behind view. And so asking where you're giving your power away, and I got a lot of themes of guilt here. Guilt maybe to stop working, that maybe you think that you're supposed to keep going or providing for your family, but it's also showing the balance here. Now, your home life. We've got the Adelita of Air. I believe this is the Queen of Swords. Actually, it might be the Knight of Swords. And it's oregano. And you can see this is like a yoni steam. So this is to clear, the woman would sit on that bench, and the herbs would be placed in a hot pot underneath to steam, to clean, to get some deep internal cleansing going on. So, I know that most of the people that listen to my video are women, and so we have to take care of ourselves, especially as mothers. The reproductive organs, there's a sense of cleansing here and calming and nurturing. The Ace of Wands shows up, something new, something passionate. So it's kind of like nurture yourself, because there's going to be a lot of activity coming on. Maybe you're going to be traveling. There's something exciting here, but you want to take care of those organs, okay? And Scorpio, you do rule anything below the belt. You're associated with the sex organs. You're associated with reproductive organs. So it's asking you for your home life to nurture that part of you. And also, like, if you're a mom who's had kids, just respecting the amazing magic that our bodies can do, okay? Nurturing that. Now, love pile. Love, we have the Two of Wands. So you got a relationship number. She's holding the world in her hands. So she's looking at it straight on. So really looking at your love, the relationship with like your own passions, getting out and traveling, living, and thinking about who you want to do that with. And you got the Academic card. So there's this lovely gentleman, well-dressed, showing up here. Maybe some really great conversation showing up here in the love department. Now, in your important to know, anything else important for you to know this month, you've got the Four of Cups. So, the attention is not on the Three of Cups anymore, which is usually like fun, friends, and social situations, but the Cup of Satisfaction is being handed. We've also got this Pegasus flying in. So there's some really incredible magical energy being handed to you. Dictatorship. Okay, where are you being really hard on yourself? Where are you like making yourself follow rules that maybe don't apply? That's what kind of came up here with the Devil card. And the Lovers. So this is really a card of choices. You're going to have some choices here. You need to go easier on yourself, and you also need to find that work rest, work fun, work love balance. Nurturing, taking some quiet time out for yourself. And then, I keep going back to this disconnect card, making sure, and then it's interesting that this Three of Cups here, like this card to me is like you're over it. You're over that friend group and, waiting for new things to come in, and they are going to show up. I just think that you expect it to happen overnight, and that's not the way things work. The Page of Wands. You want like the grand show here, and that's not really the way things work. You need to have a little bit of patience and give a little bit of space between. I see you going through like a friendship change, and there's going to be a little space between the two, and you're going to need to give yourself a chance to catch up. Don't just fill in the lack of friends with just random people because you want that so badly. Three of Water. This is the Three of Cups, okay? It's lemon balm. And we see just like a little tea party set up. So just nurture yourself and be kind to yourself, and then you can start bringing in new people. But I don't think this disconnect is going to be easy for you. I get the vibe that it's a long time coming. Ace of Air, yarrow. And yarrow is used to heal wounds. And it's interesting how these plants are kind of outgrowing the barbed wire fence. Ace of Air. It's been on your mind for a while. It hurts, but it's going to be moved through. Yarrow heals wounds. You're going to get through this, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some cards here for each week of the month of July, seeing what you need to know here, Scorpio. These are the cute little golden Art Nouveau. Thought I lost one there. Okay. These golden Art Nouveau, I really like these. And they're great for traveling. They're nice. They can fit in your purse really easily. Okay, so the first week, this is 4th of July week. This is the week that Venus enters Gemini, super social sign, and Neptune retrograde begins, and you have the Moon card. So things could be really emotional, and maybe you need to have a good cry and get it out, but there's a lot of power here. All right, but this high emotion. So keep that in mind. Now, we are going into Mercury retrograde. So everything that happens right now will be revisited. The Mercury retrograde is going to bring us back to June 30th. Here's the 3 of Wands, getting out there, getting moving, thinking about where you want to go. Maybe you're taking a trip. This is the week of the 6th through the 12th. And this is the week that Uranus enters Gemini. And this is the Capricorn full moon week, about finding balance. Now we move into the next week, which is the 13th through the 19th. And this is when Mercury retrograde starts on the 8th. So get your notebook out, take notes. See what we've got here. We've got the Emperor, the boss. All right, he's in charge. Doesn't always, like, every decision is going to affect his empire. So he takes his time to make decisions. So ponder what's going on and make, like, exact choices, not sloppy ones. Now we move into the 20th. This is when the sun moves into Leo. This is when we have the Leo new moon. There's a lot of heart-based energy this week, and you've got the Judgment card. So this is laying some things to rest. And I think this is where your friendship calls come up during the week of the 20th through the 26th. Just speak from your heart and find peace with that. Now we go into the last week, the 22nd. And Venus enters Cancer this week. There's a lot of emotion and a lot of retrogrades. We've got a 3 of Swords. It did come up reversed. I'm going to straighten it out. It's just some heartache. And we know that's always going to come up when we're having friendship issues. But it's a wound here that we just have to feel it and move through it. And it won't last forever. Okay. All these retrogrades, please listen to the July month ahead if you haven't, to get more information on those retrogrades. But just nurture yourself this last week. Treat yourself like a baby that you're in charge of taking care of, and let yourself have a good cry. Okay, Scorpio. Moving these to the side, we're going to work with our charms and our dice. Please comment and let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you resonated with. If you have any other questions, I'd love to hear from you. And the dice are Saturn, Capricorn, 7th house, Libra's house. So Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn, and Saturn is this kind of energy, the rules, long-term success. It's like the government. It's like your disciplinarian parent. It's like father energy. And so there's things here about your long-term success and your reputation. And then Libra, 7th house comes in. It's a house of relationships and of legal matters. Okay. So I think you're dealing with some things that maybe these are long-term friends. It could even be family, but you're going to have to find harmony and balance in it. Okay. And Saturn isn't always the most fun planet to have to deal with, but we all have to deal with it. So I'll give you some charms here. All right. Let me flip over some of these Scrabble letters and see what we've got. Got the word wave, W-A-V-E. I hope that you get to the ocean. I have the word day, D-A-Y, way. It's jumping out. I-Q, W-I-V. No, I guess that doesn't work. Look for initials. Look for anything that jumps out to you. W-O-M-A. I don't have an N. Almost had woman. The word X. And all right, let's just start at the top here. So you got the letter A right up at the top. And you've got this heart in a black stone along with this Leo image, this lion, okay? And we know this isn't a good month for making loud declarations. You don't want to get into fights, but you have to state your boundaries. We've got a bird up here and a broom. Bird kind of flying away, broom brushing things out. We have a snake, which you are symbolized as a snake often, Scorpio. And you got a battleship up here. You have a bat, which I also think of as Scorpio. You have a open book and is this a large bird? What is that? Oh no, that's like, that's an Egyptian reference. Is that I don't know exactly what that is, but that's like an animal head and that's an Egyptian symbol. Okay. Over at the side, you have a moth and like a Mother Mary figure. All right. Now, the first, let's see, this is actually the 30th of June. You got another bird. So you got 2 birds flying free. You've got a unicycle and a fairy. So here about like flying free, moving your own way, sweeping out what doesn't work, staying in your power. You've got a music note on the 1st of July along with a clock tower. I don't know if that's Big Ben, but that's a clock tower. All right, now the 3rd, you have a piece of amethyst. I think of amethyst as so calming and beautiful. Over here on the 5th, you have a palm tree. And you also had the word waves. So I hope that you get some beach time. Now you got a Q on the 7th, and the 9th is chock full. You've got this that says protection and vulnerable. You've got a coin that says Monument Valley Tribal Park, established in 1958. Monument Valley. You have the letter E, and you have the symbol for Libra, balance. Okay, so a lot of energy there on the 9th for you. The 10th, you have a turtle. Over here on the 12th, you got like this boy and the letter M. Then we go into, I see the word wife, U-I-F-E. I see EV, electric vehicle. See, what else? I saw something else. West Virginia, WV. All right, now a V on the 16th, a W on the 17th, along with a Chinese coin and a dragonfly. And the Chinese coin is a circle. Dragonfly sees 360. So there's a lot here on the 17th. The 18th, you have a zipper. Something could be unzipping, revealing itself to you. You've got a hot air balloon on the 20th. On the 21st, the letter E. The 22nd, F and I. And like a family crest. So this could be the word if. Then we have VA, Virginia. The 23rd is full of stuff too. The letter A, the world, and a measuring tape. All right. And the 25th, we have a D. We have the word day. 26th, the Y. The 29th, the letter I-O. And the 31st has the word royalty, a candlestick, the letter X. And you got a little cast iron pan here on the 1st of July. Or 1st of August, which makes me think you might be camping. All right, so a lot of activity 30th and 1st, again on the 9th, 12th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and a lot going on the week of the 20th through 20th. Again on the 29th and the 31st into August, all right? So I hope that you align with this. I see the word we. Anything else? Well, take a look and see what you get. Please comment and have a great month.